everyone, and welcome to Demonvale. I'm
오랜만이에요,
Canister,
아주머니.
and I'll be your host for the show. As you know, we are starting a new year of Rainbow Six Siege, and what better way to start than by welcoming creative director Alex Karpazis to share the team's vision of the season.
So year 7 season 1 is huge for us and it's the season of game
근데 왜
changers.
맨날 사람이 바뀌냐? 이 사람 저번에 없었죠? 매번 바뀌는 것 같아.
It took over a year to make her.
와,
and
캐릭터
she
하나 만드는데
brings
1년을
a
투자했어?
lot of change to the defender side. And it really speaks to the core of Rainbow Six.
레인보우 식스의 핵심은 파괴. 더 정확히는 맵의 어느 곳이든 재구성할 수 있다는 점이죠. 일단 잘 파악을 하고 있네요.
It's coming in the middle of the season, and hopefully everybody can get excited about exploring a new locale with all of their favorite.
시즌 중간에 출시될 예정이다.
You've heard about what's coming in Demonvale. Now, let's see it in action, courtesy of Chris
영상으로
Waters
봅시다.
and Ubisoft News.
Defenders, have you ever thought to yourself, what if I could patch that hole
Whoa.
in my reinforced wall? How great would it be if I could just block off that
Oh.
sight line? I know they're about to come through that doorway, that window, that hatch.
미친 캐슬
What if I could
운다.
just seal it up? All these questions you ask
Oh.
yourself, Azami answers with her Kiba barriers. The Demonvale Defender is ready to reshape the battlefield, and later in the season, you'll have an entirely new
와, 힘
place
좀
to
빡세게
play with
줬는데,
your gadget
이번에? 예?
with the arrival of the Emerald Plains map. And that's not all. The launch of Demonvale will be the launch of attacker
공격팀 재단 때끝팀 데스매치 아주 중요하죠.
deathmatch. It's gonna be a big one, so stick around to see all the updates coming to kick off year 7 of Rainbow Six
고위도 바뀌고.
Siege.
와, 근데 바뀌는 거 개 많네. 마음에 듭니다.
Azami's gadget is going to be a game changer for defenders.
맞는 것
And game
같아요.
designer
게임 체인저라고
Dominic
하네요.
Lamont is going to tell you more about it. But first, creative director Alex Karpazis and gameplay designer
캐슬이랑 좀
Jeremy
결이
Caldwell
다르긴 해요.
are gonna shed
캐슬은
some light on Azami's design. And
일단
I won't
사건이
read all the
어떤 사건이
details
일어나기
on
전에
that suit.
미리 조립하는 케이스고, 아자미는 사건이 일어난 중에 조립하는 케이스니까.
When we looked at Azami's visual identity, we actually looked towards the Japanese security police. So these are bodyguards that protect VIPs that are both domestic and international. But Azami is actually in the private sector. So we wanted to take a bit of liberty with her outfit, make sure that she can express that kind of duality of her nature. And that's how we ended up with this striking suit that Azami's wearing. When we wanted to talk about
슈트를 입은 두 번째
Azami's
캐릭터네요.
visuals,
그러면
specifically her face mask, we wanted a bit of mystery there for her. This is a piece of fashion in Japanese culture that's existed forever, and we wanted to make use of it. So it was an ideal way of showcasing her kind of more hidden side. It's the first time in a while that we've actually hidden the face of a female operator, and this was kind of
저는 뭐
an
이거는
opportunity for us to do that.
그래요.
We worked with our Japanese colleagues
전 마음에 들어요.
and poured through a bunch of kimono patterns and traditional patterns from the Japanese culture, and we actually settled on cranes because it was a nice kind of analogy for her gadget. The cranes are very powerful, and we kind of see that in her operator icon as well, where the crane kind of transforms into her gadget, which are
잘 어울린다.
a big
저
thing
오퍼레이터
we're really happy
로고가
to
좀 잘
announce
어울리네요.
starting in season 1 is a huge tech upgrade that we're bringing to the faces of our operators in the future. So this starts with Azami, where we've redone
일단은
a whole bunch
이
of things,
디자이너분,
such as
이
skin
총괄
shaders,
디렉터분
hair shaders,
호감입니다.
eye shaders. We've also upped the amount of poly count for the head.
이거는 그냥 얼굴 디테일을 좀 살렸다라고 하는 것 같은데 솔직히 말해서 별 의미는 없어요. 레식을 하면서 그냥 디테일적인 부분인 거지. 이걸로 뭐 더 하려나? 딱히 못할 것 같은데. 아무튼 좀 전체적인 인간 텍스처가 바뀌었다고 하더라고요. 이게 너무 타노스라.
And the team's worked incredibly hard to make sure. We'll bring new
막 얼굴
characters.
표정도 추가되는 건가 그러면?
So the main goal with this
이걸로 뭘 하려고 하는 건가요?
is not only to connect better with the
캐릭터를 잘
characters, but
표현하고
also to
싶다는
make sure
거는
that we have all the tools
이 레식이라는
necessary to have a diverse
타이틀을
cast
가지고
that we're not held
이
back
프랜차이즈를
by what kind of character
가지고
designs we want.
뭔가
And so you're gonna
스토리를
see
좀
this in our
구축해나가고 싶다라는
customization and our
의미
new
같은데 나는.
operators that are coming in year 7.
I think the first part when we try to design a gadget,
아니면 스킨 팔려고 하는 걸 수도 있고.
really understand what is the gameplay mechanics behind it. What we were looking for was something super sharp, something that can stick into a wall, like pierce the wall and stay in place into it. The kunai came pretty naturally. That's a very, very iconic shape. And when we saw it, we knew that that was the thing we were looking for. The second part is the patch. For the patch, we were looking for something that can adapt to a lot of different situations, like collisions and props and so on. And so we went to internet and we were looking for the chemical reactions that we can find. And we found one that transformed a gas into something solid. And we decided to take that road. And that's why on the kunai, we added these two canisters. So one is for the gas, and the other is it's the compound that solidifies the gas. And finally, the last part is the arm mechanism. As I
어쌔신 크리드가 생각나는.
high fashion operator. So we thought that
이게 유비소프트 감성인데 그쵸? 이게 유비소프트의 감성이야. 뭔가 조금 마이너한 것 같은데도 뭔가 현실적인 것 같지만 현실적이지 않는데 뭔가 이 좀 까리한 이런 살짝 이런 느낌 있죠. 예전에 유비소프트의 느낌. 이런 걸 되게 좋아했단 말이에요. 유비 특유의. 충전식이에요? 그러네. 얘 필수캐겠다. 얘 랭크 무조건 필벤이겠다. 얘. 이게 조금 캐슬보다 조금 약한 정도인 거죠? 총은 막는데 뭐 터지는 거엔 같이 터지고 근접력에 터지고
The role of Azami is really an anchor. You know, she's an architect, so you want her close to the objective. You want her close to your anchor players, so she can provide the necessary cover for them. You want her close to the walls that you're gonna expect some sort of breach.
레전드인데 이거? 아니 1년 동안 연구한 느낌이 좀 나는데?
So Azami is
내가 CG에서 바랄 수 있는 현재 가장 이상적인 캐릭터 같은데요? 뭐 프로리그의 밸런스를 다 없애고 생각 안 하고 그냥 레식의 재미를 극단적으로 올릴 수 있을 것 같은데? 아니 문제는 랭크 돌리면 이게 무조건 밴 나올 거 아니에요.
Now you can throw a patch, you can throw a Kiba barrier there and actually provide you with some
이러면 다시 해야 돼? 공사?
which is something that it's completely
와.
you can patch a ace hole.
퓨즈 받고 퓨즈 쏠 때 하면 어떻게 되나?
You can also even patch
한 번 정도는 안에서 터지나? 벽 안에서?
Really endless and it's really something that would completely change the game. We're sure of that.
와.
So the loadout for Azami in terms of primary, she's equipped with the 9x19 SVN, which is the SMG that most people would know as Capcan's SMG.
디글이 있네요. 세컨더리 웨폰은. 이속 2스피드. 이제 이속 2스피드는 그냥 군룰인가 보다. 삼속 아예 안 나오네. 썬더보드 제어.
Secondary weapon, she brings the D50. In terms of generic gadget, she brings the impact grenades and barbed wires. So the reason why we went for the 9x19 SVN and the ACS-12 is if you want to play Azami as more of a frag centered operator,
그냥 무난한 총이라 가지고 준 거 같은데.
You're going to go probably with the 9x19 SVN because it's a very good SMG, good rate of fire, low recoil.
와, 아니, 와 이거 얘 하나 때문에 변수가 엄청 많이 창출돼요, 그냥. 얘 존재가 그냥 변수 그 자체네.
Still provides you with
미쳤다.
damage, but it's also going to bring a good amount of destruction. So for an architect, it's a very useful tool.
그런데 망치는 깨지겠네.
It also brings a decent amount of destruction. So again, for an architect, it's a good thing to bring.
이거 너무 좋다 근데 이게.
Well, for someone that reshapes
벽에다
it's kind of
그냥
like
딱 설치하면은
and we also gave her the
반 강화로 쓸 수 있다는 게.
are a very useful tool to reshape the flow of the attack. She works really, really well with operators like bandits because she can provide covers that
오히려 캐슬이랑 같이 쓰이면은 좀 역같겠는데요? 공격팀 입장에서 조합 좀 잘못 맞춰서 오면. 와 드론 구멍도 막아버리네.
Considering that you can use the gadget on pretty much any surfaces.
이거 뭐 수류탄 막는 거예요? 아니지 수류탄은 못 막지.
A few areas on different maps like Consulate. where a garage door, you know, it's the big door that's usually a bandit trying to bandit trick, and it's a very vulnerable
그쵸,
place.
그냥
And there's a
벅
drone
그거 막는
right
거죠,
next
벅.
to you that's
애쉬나.
begging to have a twitch drone go through, a grenade go through, and really deal damage to your bandit. But with this gadget, you can actually block that hole. You can block the yellow stairs
야.
and provide your bandit with
지금
plenty of
레식
cover
하는
to
것보다 이거
activate
패치노트
a
보는 게 더
bandit trick
재밌다.
and be relatively safe, actually. In addition,
나
she
지금
can
막 레식
also
상상하는 게 더
work really
재밌어요.
well with Mira. With her gadget, she can actually create half reinforced wall. It's not the same as like an actual reinforced wall, but you can place it on the soft wall, so you can
와,
really create some
드디어
really,
머리 쓰는
really
레식이
exciting
다시
new ways
돌아왔구만.
of, setting your
드디어
defense.
뱀만 안 당하면은
Since the gadget is
머리 엄청 쓸 수
it's gonna be a
있겠네.
very good, useful tool to protect you, but you can't really rely too much on it because it's also very easy to deal with. Any explosive will destroy the gadget.
그렇죠. 밸런스도 적당한 것 같은데.
It also can be destroyed by 3 melee hits. You don't have any explosives. At your
조금은 조정되고 될 것 같긴 해요. 조금은.
Your best bet to really
뭐
deal
네 개로
with this
줄어든다거나.
gadget is to bring operators like Zofia, Ash. These are very
조피아 애쉬를
useful
데려오라고요?
operators that can
팔다리
destroy the
잘라놓고?
gadget from afar with their gadget.
안 가져오죠.
You can also
조피아는
bring
몰라도 애쉬는.
Flores is also a very good operators for this gadget because with one RC drone, you can destroy a whole cluster of them, and otherwise your classic
와, 고요
grenade,
봐라.
and again, pretty much any form of explosives.
고요
will,
패치도 너무 좋은
will
것
destroy
같은데요?
them really easily. So you can rely on the gadget to protect you from bullet, but you have to be careful that it's not going to be permanently on the map. Attackers will have
이렇게 좋은 캐릭터가 나오는데 공격팀이 그 드론 싱할 때 못 바꾸게 하면은 밸런스 망가지지.
So many players
시기가 되게 적절하네요.
Velvet Shell is probably one of their favorite season. One of the reasons for this is because we introduced the Mira.
그래요. 말 잘했다. 벨벳 쉘이 굉장히 인기 많았다고 하는데 전 동의 어느 정도 합니다. 미라가 그때 당시에 거의 1년 정도로 미라가 1년 정도를 레식이 메타를 바꿔놨어 혼자. 그래, 잘하네. 좋습니다.
In addition to the new operator, Demonvale is bringing back something I know you all are excited to see. A
막
new map.
적팀 설치하고
Let's get a
있는데
close look at
테러
where
막
you'll
막아놔.
soon be having close encounters. Here's
던져놔가지고.
level designer Josem L. Rene.
오리곤에서 막 들어가고 설치하고 있는데 뒤 막 다 던져서 막 막아놓은 다음에 디퓨저 죽이고 막 해체.
We're really excited
그런
to bring a new
상상했습니다.
map for at year 7 for the players. It was a really big challenge to
이 맵 얘기하네요.
secure something that is fresh, that feels new, but also that keeps the same level of quality standard that we've accustomed our players to. So the map is set in Ireland. It's a
미드 시즌에
older
출시된다고
style
하네요.
casino
맵을.
style manor or castle. It was made into a country club for the elites of the world. First floor was modernized for the enjoyment of the guests, but the second floor has still a more classical style.
그러네. 바틀레 느낌이 좀 세네. 그러면 안 좋은 건데.
Maybe the shade
그러면 안
they do
되는데.
there. Coming back after so long, creating a new map, it was hard to get a new starting point in terms of thematics and vibe that we wanted. Finding the location was a
일단은 그냥
challenge for the
이쁘네요.
team.
살짝 빌라
But I
플러스
think we
바틀레 느낌이
really
나네요.
hit
빌라
the
플러스
target
바틀레.
right in the bullseye and created something that is quite unique and enjoyable. We really wanted to take what we've learned with the old maps and really bring a new one with those learnings. I really like when I know where I am, I know what is coming next. That's something that is
저
really
그림은 참
important
많네요.
to make a map enjoyable, is that it's easy to learn. And the faster you get to know the map, the faster you'll get enjoyment out of it. And that's what we strove for.
빨리 익숙해지는 게 가장 최고의 가치다라고 하네요. 이건 근데 좀 맵은 직접 해봐야 돼. 맵은 이렇게 본다고 안 느껴져요. 직접 걸으면서 계단이 어디 있고 이런 것들을
For more on
체험을
how that
해봐야지
went,
느껴지는 거라서
welcome
맵은.
back Deanna Stanley and a couple of familiar faces.
가장 마지막 신맵이 어디였죠?
Our first lab test server was super successful for us. Our team really enjoyed watching our content creators and players discover these features for the first time. So it was really great.
진짜?
We showcased team deathmatch and attacker replay.
2년 전인가 1년 전
The
아니에요?
reaction we got from the community was really positive.
작년
So we're gonna be
1년
able to
내내
announce
맵
today
리워크한 거야?
what's coming for those two features.
와. 자, 중요한
So we
겁니다.
are super
집중.
excited to finally let players play Attacker Epics. We've been talking about that for a while. And going through player feedback, we see that everything was working as expected for us. It was easy to use, the technical aspects were working as well. It's obviously a big meta change, but we'll monitor that.
일단 테스트서버에서 뭐 실험했다고 하는데 테스트서버에서 실험하는 건 사실상 난 별로 의미가 없다고 생각하는데 일단은 새로운 게 나온다. 지금 들어왔을 분들을 위해서 설명을 드리자면은 공격팀이 드론 굴리는 시간대에 방어팀의 그 정보들을 파악해서 캐릭터를 바꿀 수가 있다. 정말 중요한 패치죠. 그러면 드론을 빨리 굴리는 것도 중요하고 드론에 대한 활용법도 이제 좀 달라지는 거고. 그리고 이제 TDM이 나옵니다. 레식에.
So last December, we had our first TS lab in which we introduced
작년 마지막 시즌 시작할 때 테스트업에서 나왔던 걸로 기억하는데 이건 뭐 나오면 그냥 좋은 거죠. 네. 이제 다른 게임에서 손풀기랑 하지 않아도 된다. 레식에서도 온라인 매치에서 손풀기 할 수 있다.
Super fun to read all the feedback. It was honestly overwhelmingly positive, which is why I'm super excited right now to announce that this game mode is going to be coming in this season with all the awesome content that we've already announced. This is a permanent game mode, so this game mode is here to stay, and we're super excited for you to jump in and get.
이제 스코프를 다 주는구나. 그러니까 만약에 2.5별까지 달리면 2.5별 이하의 스코프는 다 주는구나 이제.
This season, but do expect more update following the release, such as we know that you want to see more maps to be added in the game mode. We're working on this.
데스매치를 가지고 막 칭찬할 수는 없어요. 그냥 다른 게임에도 다 있는 모드니까. 하지만 그래도 좋다.
Actively working on this. So expect more update following the release to make sure that the game mode is at the top tier.
Okay.
지금까지는 10점 만점에 거의 30점짜리 패치예요. 6년차 패치를 다 합쳐도 지금 공개한 것보다 좋다고 말할 수가 없어. 그 정도로 6년차가 안 좋았어요.
Currently, Goyo's explosive canister is attached to a deployable shield, which allows defenders to use the gadget more aggressively and hold the strong positions from behind the shield.
현재 고요 이거는. 이도제 방패가 문제라는 것도 유비소프트가 인지를 하고 있겠죠.
That he became an issue for competitive, because attackers needed a lot of explosive and utility just to deal with him. Additionally, he was
코에 저렇게 POC가 안 아파요? 코에 POC가 한 사람 볼 때마다 신기하더라. 귀 뚫는 것도 무서워서 못하겠어. 또 고요가 이렇게 바뀝니다 이제. 배그의 기름통 같은 거 생각하면 편하겠죠? 그리고 위쪽이 닫혀 있네. 반만 열려 있네.
So it is less reactive than smoke, and maybe not all of them will be impactful during the round. Finally, we are tweaking the canister's fire. The area will be bigger, and it will last longer to compensate the lack of adaptation.
난 이거는 거의 너프라고 봐도 무방할 것 같아요.
Our objective is to bring
단순히 그 성능 수치를 성능 자체를 수치화한다면은 그 점수 수치가 떨어졌을 것 같아. 쓸 일이 없을 것 같은데 웬만하면 뭐 국자리 같은 데다 미리 설치해 놓는다 정도 빼고는 없을 것 같아요. 이게 던져서 박을 수 있는 엘라 같은 거였으면 모르겠는데 내가 직접 설치하는 거라서 이런 류들은 애초에 잘 안 쓰이거든요. 미리 설치하는 것들은 ADS 같이 그냥 우리 팀의 안정성을 보장하는 거 아니면은 안 쓰여서. 근데 애초에 고요는 너프를 먹었어야 됐어요. 이동식 방패가 워낙 셌어가지고 그냥 컨셉 자체가 어쩔 수가 없어.
We opted
그냥
to,
타창카 시즌 2
distribute
느낌.
them in a way that would make it
타창카처럼 안 쓰이지 않을까?
advertisable
그냥
and
스모크 쓰지
specific
이자고 쓸 바에, 그렇죠?
but we realized that
훨씬
players felt frustrated
스모크가
that,
능동적인데.
They didn't have access to all the sites on any weapon. So what we're doing next season is that we're going to give you access to all 1X sites.
네, 아까
on all
말했던
primary
모든
weapons.
스코프를 다
So
쓸 수
you'll be able
있다.
to choose any sites that you prefer. And
이거는 애초에 근데 했어야 됐던 거예요. 근데 이것도 지금 했다고 하면 좋은데 하면 참 감사한데요. 칭찬할 건 아니에요. 근데 애초에 스코프들 저렇게 새롭게 나올 때부터 했어야 됐어 저거는.
And we're happy to announce that console players can now do the same. Here to introduce match replay on consoles is project manager
이분
Mihail.
노란 옷이 되게 잘 어울리시네. 매치 리플레이.
Yes, indeed, you heard it right. Match replay is coming to console finally. We're so happy to give this feature to our console players. We've been waiting for a long time. I know they've been waiting also for a long time.
매치
So
리플레이
we're really
뭔데요?
excited and happy
뭐야?
to offer this feature with the new season that is coming. So first of all,
응?
I just want to let you know that
이거
our
마로니
console
펀치오래요,
players have
이거?
always been in our focus. We always wanted to give this.
아 콘솔에
feature to them.
추가된다고?
It's just
아,
that on console we want to have a
넘겨도
certain
되죠?
degree of quality. But and was underlying systems. What were these on console we laid so
콘솔 얘기가 많더라고. 콘솔 나 좀 어이없는 거 하나 보긴 봤는데.
Player protection is a subject that is really
플레이어
important for us
보호입니다.
at Ubisoft, but also at Rainbow Six Siege.
디스처
With
보소.
Season 1 launch, it will be mandatory to have your phone number added to your account to play the
프랑스인인가 보다.
For that,
폰 넘버
it will help us
이러시네요.
to fight against
스모핑.
smurfing and also alleviate some
일단
cheating cases.
일단 봐보세요. 쭉 봐보세요 이거. 뭐 끝이야?
Last
뭐야?
season, you met associate producer Deanna Stanley as she
응?
presented our new R6 Fix
이게 아닌가?
platform. Now she's back to sweeten the deal for everyone out there, making Siege a better game.
R6 Fix 2.0. 이거는 뭐 많은 분들은 딱히 관리는 없을 거예요. 그냥 그 서로 피드백 받으면서 개발자들한테 뭐 막 도와주고 그런 사람들 그런 건데. 애초에 코리아가 서비스하는 게 아니라서 하려면 영어로 해야 될 거예요 이런 거. 그래서 우리나라 사람한테는 딱히 영어를 유창하게 하시는 분들은 아니라면은 레식을 정말 사랑하시는데 레식 영어를 유창하게 하셔야 돼. 그런 사람들 말하는 거라서. 근데 뭐 좋습니다. 이분 얼굴은 기억나네요. 저번에도 봤어요. 저번에도 이거 완전 담당하시는 분 오래 일하시네.
Players enter on R6 Fix. Depending on the severity of the bug that's reported.
와우, 신고자 12개 알파팩. 와.
4 rare, 4 epic, and 4 legendary
뚱문철
items per season.
신고하면 되는 거 아니야?
So that's for
여러분들 뚱문철 그냥 링크 첨부해서 올리세요. 그러면 이거 알파팩 12개네.
Players can still get 1 of each rarity. So we hope that this is going to help our players feel incentivized for the help that they're providing the dev team. We're super appreciative of players who are spending their time to
뭐
help
좋습니다.
us identify those issues, and we're happy to be
실질적으로 주고 받고를 하고 있는
so we hope
증거니까.
this is going to be a first step, and we hope we're going to be able to do more stuff like this in the future. So even though this launches with the Year 7 Season 1 test server, it also applies to live servers. So starting with the opening of the test server, you can report any issue on the live game or on the test server, and that's going to count towards your rewards for this season. We're super thankful to our players. We're excited for this year. We hope that these changes are going to be a positive thing for them and help them feel more heard, because our number one priority is making sure that
익사이티드를 흥분된다라고 보통 많이 번역하잖아요. 우리나라에서 흥분된다라고 하면 조금 이상하잖아. 우리나라는 아, 저 너무 흥분돼요 이런 말은 잘 안 쓰잖아요. 다른 말이 없나? 좀 우리나라에서 잘 쓰이는 그런 말로?
You've got a great look at everything Demonvale will bring this season. And it's almost the end of the show. But as you know, we aren't quite done yet. During the reveal of High Caliber, we introduced you to the camera loose signal update. That disconnected Defender's cameras for a few seconds when placed outside.
고향대다가
This
좋네.
change is scheduled to go live this season. Experience all the content dropping with Demonvale on February
벌써 끝이야?
21st. And one more thing. Here's an exclusive elite skin for Nomad. Enjoy.
노메이드. 걸어서 세계 속으로. 난 이거 괜찮다고 봐요. 난 잘 만든 것 같아. 이게 2만 원짜리인지는 모르겠는데 난 괜찮은 것 같아요. 컨셉에 충실해서. 다음 영상이 또 하나 더 있습니다. 이제 로드맵. 이제 7년차는 어떻게 패치를 할 것인가에 대한 로드맵입니다.
Year 7 is huge for us. This year brings a lot of changes that we haven't seen before in the game.
So Siege Year 7 is going to be the most ambitious.
역대 가장 큰 포부를 가진 로드맵을 준비 중입니다. 모든 분야를 다시 돌아보고 더 나은 방향으로 혁신하려고 합니다.
What this means is that we're going to be challenging ourselves to see how we can improve the game at all levels. Game-changing operators, new maps for the first time in 3 years, tackling toxicity like we've never done at a Ubisoft level.
요거
And also doing technological transitions on the back end to be future-proof. So for Year 7, we'll be bringing 4 seasons as usual and a new operator each season. First off, in Year 7 Season 1, we'll be heading to Japan, so a country that we already visited but that we love. In Season 2, we'll be heading back to Europe.
일본 인기 다시 되찾아야죠. 아시아에서 제일 인기 많았던, 그러니까 소비가 많았던 나라였는데 에펙한테 밀렸으니까.
In Colombia. First off, in Season 1, we'll be doing an Irish Country Club map. In Season 2, we'll be bringing a new map, which is a team deathmatch map set in Greece. In Season 3,
아, 데스매치용 신맵이 나오는구나.
So there will be 2 versions of the Year Pass, the Year 7 Pass and the Year 7
이어 패스가 새로 나온다고 하더라고요. 저는 구매를 할 것 같아요. 그 안 주나?
This will give you the access to the 4 operators in early access like before, exclusive customization and access to the 4 battle pass.
Player protection, c'est un sujet qui est très important pour nous. Nous avons travaillé sur un set d'options. Avec le lancement de la saison 1, nous ferons aussi des améliorations au niveau de la détection
나눠서 하는데 저는 그냥 또 한 번 했으면 좋겠는데 또 나눠서 하니까 뭐 한 달이니까 뭐 어쩔 수 없죠.
En saison 2, nous allons nous attaquer.
비밀의 유저들 처단하는 방법을 찾고 있는 것 같아요.
L'abus de reverse friendly fire est aussi quelque chose que nous n'acceptons pas. La résultante de cette sanction est induite par le fait de ne plus pouvoir faire de friendly fire.
그러니까 단순히 한 매치에서만 평가하는 게 아니라 장기간 이 사람이 팀킬을 많이 하는 사람이다 싶으면 이제 아예 끊어버리는 거죠. 못하게끔. 그래, 매치 리플레이 시공 기능 추가하겠습니다. 그거 왜 시즌 3 추가해? 이런 거는 그냥 시즌 1에 추가란 말이야. 시즌 3에 추가하지 말고. 그거 추가하는데 무슨 뭐 그 한 줄 썼다고 그 시즌 3 출시해. 그냥 시즌 1에 다 벌어서 출시하면 되지 저런 거는.
Et avec le lancement de saison 4, un système de récompenses et de sanctions commencera à être déployé. Notre but avec cet ensemble est de bloquer les récidivistes et de fournir un environnement qui soit plus sécuritaire
조금
et fair.
저는 그게 생각나더라고요. 그 중국이 소셜 크레딧 생각나더라고요. 네, 뭐 게임이니까요. 네, 이거 뭐 내 인생에 영향 미치는 거 아니니까 좋은 거죠.
Donc en ce qui concerne la visée, c'est plus dur de viser et de
뭐 콘솔
contrôler avec
얘기인데
une manette par rapport à un clavier souris.
제 시청자 중에 콘솔을 하시는 분들은 없지 않나? 아무튼 뭐 콘솔에서 이제 원래는 FOV 조절도 못하고 감도도 따로 설정 못했는데 이제 할 수 있다고 하더라고요. 그래서 라고 하는데 되게 뭐 막 큰 거 하는 것처럼 얘기를 하더라고요. 이거는 뭐 그냥 넘깁시다 보고. 있고 쉽습니다.
Donc le champ de vision sur
불가능한 상황입니다.
de 60 à 40. C'est une frustration. Je suis contente de dire qu'on est en train de travailler.
노력 중이며 빠른 시일 내에 적용 예정입니다. 아직 하지 않았다. 이게 뭐 존나 뭔 RTX 온오프 마냥 이렇게 그냥 시야가 넓어진 건데 그냥 뭐 존나 대단한 것처럼 이렇게 하는 게 나 어이가 없더라고 이렇게. RTX 오프.
Plus de choses. L'idée c'est qu'il doit dans notre
Siege in order to ultimately introduce new players to Siege or to help players returning to Siege.
와, 이거 한번 해보고 싶다.
What's different about since last time they played. A few facets that we're looking into. One would be learn areas. So the first of which would be at the shooting range. So these are playable spaces that the
그쵸. 아유 이게 사격장이 7년 만에 나오네.
They can learn by doing. So that way players are actually getting hands-on in these learning experiences without the pressure of being within a match.
차라리 그냥
Ticking timer, the fear of contribution towards your team. We want to give
아니다.
players a
그냥
space
뭐
where they can
커스텀 방 팔 수 있게끔 소스를 더 줘주면 괜찮지 않았을까 싶은데 뭐 하겠다고 하니까요.
Some of the new onboarding tools they're working on.
아니 그냥 하이퍼스케이프에 있는 거 갖다 쓰면 안 됐었나? 오퍼 TV 나온다고 합니다. 그러니까 이제 뉴비들도 잡아야 되는데 복귀 유저들도 많이 그러니까 복귀 유저들도 많이 잡아놔야 되니까 이거저것 하는 거죠.
So for year 7, we are adding 3 main things.
아 화장실
First,
말이요.
we will add a team deathmatch
TDM.
playlist to the offer. Then we will revamp the rank experience and
랭크
also
2.0?
add the permanent arcade.
저거는 그 솔랭 다이닝 나누는
Today,
건가?
the team is not very happy about 2 things on rank. First, it's seen by the player as a progression system that you should progress in terms of ranks, but in fact the system is trying to guess your rank as fast as possible and it's not at all a progression. We want to fix that. With the new system, we will start in copper and will always go up until he reach his bronze and maybe reach silver or might reach gold.
뭐 에펙처럼
First,
아래부터
we are
시작한다는
improving
거예요?
2 things for the reward. The number of reward you will get and also the way you get them.
뭔 소리야?
What we are changing is that we are making every rank 100 points from each other and we are putting a
아
reward for
보상
each rank.
지급한다.
So right now the current target for the new rank system is year 7 season 3. By adding permanent arcade, we decided to create a playlist.
살짝 그것처럼 바꾼다는 건가? 그 익스트랙션의 랭크 시스템처럼 바꾼다는 건가? 익스랑 에펙 그런 느낌으로?
En termes de balancing, notre philosophie est toujours la même, c'est d'assurer une expérience.
이건 난 뭐가 맞는지는 잘 모르겠어요.
Pour l'année 7, on a beaucoup de rework. Donc d'abord en ce qui concerne les opérateurs, donc on a déjà communiqué sur Valkyrie et Goyo qui vont arriver début d'année.
근데 오히려 이건 사람마다 다른 건데 오히려 골드부터 그러니까 카퍼부터 다이아까지 선택지가 이렇게 많아져 버리면 오히려 밸런스가 매칭 밸런스가 망가질 수도 있을 거라 봐요. 막 복귀 유저인데 플레야. 그럼 같이 하게 돼. 그럼 플레이가 좀 되게 이상해지잖아. 그래서 차라리 그냥 복귀 유저들은 골드 아래에서 시작하게끔 하고 카퍼 아래 거기서 놀게끔 하고 좀 할 사람은 돌려가지고 위에서 싸우고 위에서 일단 그냥 좀 뭐라 해야 되지? 입장 텀을 준다고 봐야 된다고 해야 되나? 그런 느낌인 것 같아요. 복귀 유저도 갑자기 돌아와가지고 좀 높은 랭크에서 시작하면 힘드니까 유비디도 그렇고 무엇보다 부계를 막긴 막아놨는데 부계도 막아지긴 하겠다 조금은 아닌가 부계는 그대로겠네요. 근데 상위 랭크에서 부계를 만나는 이유는 적겠네요. 그러니까 그냥 부계 쓰기만 하면 같이 돌릴 수가 있는데 저렇게 해버리면은 당장 부계를 같이 못 돌리잖아요.
When it comes to the competitive roadmap for this coming year, we'll be heading to different regions across the year. For our first major, we'll be traveling to North America. The second major in August, we'll be heading to Europe or maybe
다시 부활하는 거냐고 젠장.
And the last major in November, we're going back to the Asia Pacific region. Our team has
전화번호 등록도 아시아가 해요?
in terms of the Sixth Invitational. We know that starting in 2024,
항상 아시아는 배제돼가지고
We're
그
also adjusting the tier system of R6 share.
랭크 돌릴
We'll
때
now
그
be having
뭐야
only two
그
different tiers for
인증받는
our
것도 아시안 안
organizations.
했잖아.
Tier 1 will have 15 allocated slots, meaning that more teams will have the full bundle of
프로리그
teams.
얘기고.
Every other organization will
우리나라
fall
팀
into
어디까지
Tier 2
갔어요?
category. This means that
담원기아랑
overall
샌드박스
there will be more
게이밍이죠?
items
어디까지
for you
갔어요?
to purchase and to support your favorite players and teams. These were the high-level updates for R6 Esports in 2022, but we have a lot more information coming up on our website and our social media channels.
We've had a difficult time these past couple years working from home through the
인비까지
pandemic.
간 게
The thing
어디예요?
that stands out the most is the resiliency that this game has, that the development team has. We're still bringing a lot of exciting content to the game, and we're going to have our best year ahead, onboarding, new maps, player behavior. We're really excited to bring things that are going to be talking to all of our player base, whether you're a casual player to a pro players. This is the commitment that we're doing this year.
그냥 아시아 탐방한 거
With
자체가
Year 7,
잘한
the
거예요.
entire Siege team is excited and ambitious. We want to deliver
우리가
more.
FPS로
We
오버워치
really
같은
want
것만
to make
봐서
sure
막
that
한국 팀이 잘한다
everybody
생각하는
who
거지.
is playing the game feels
다른
like
데로
they
조금만
belong,
시선
that they can still
돌려도
contribute to the game.
아시아
The game's still
팀이
fun to
그
play on top of
전체
that core.
대회에서
The
선전하는 게 너무
roadmap brings a
어려워서
lot of visibility.
그냥
And we also
투입되는
want to
자본 규모가
continue our
다르니까.
improvement in communicating with you, the community, and the
걔네들은
players.
무슨 부자들이
You'll see
노는
the
막
roadmap
별장 같은
change
데에서 다
every
같이
single
합숙하고 노는데
season
각자
as we
방도
update
있고.
it when we want to add new things, but also with the nature of a live game, things do change and we do shuffle things around. So you'll see at the start of every season, we're going to update this message and make sure that you're up to date with what we're doing. I love this game. We'll always try to push ourselves to
근데
be
이
better
디렉터분
and to
좀 마음에
give
드네요.
more to you, the community. And that's
뭔가
our promise
레직
to you.
자체를 정확히
Siege
이해하고
is
있는
here
것
to
같아요.
stay.